Hello team, welcome back to this week's video. If you're new here, welcome. I am Gigi, I'm a plant-based nutritionist and personal trainer. If you're not new here, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to meal prep together. You guys loved the last video I did on meal prep, and I wanted to do another one also because this is going to be a very busy week for me. There are a lot of projects going on. I am finalizing my coaching program and other projects coming up, which I'm really excited about, and I cannot tell you right now, but I really wish I could. But yeah, definitely is going to be busy, so I want to make sure we both are going to get through the week very energized. So it's going to be as usual 1 hour meal prep, so nothing too overwhelming. Breakfast option, lunch option, and snack option. As breakfast we are going to have a lemon and blueberry protein baked oats. For lunch we're going to have a very clean, very easy protein pasta salad recipe with tofu feta, and as snack we're gonna have oatmeal jam bars, just because I really needed to use the 2 apples that were staring at me in my fruit basket, and I wanted to come up with a recipe idea that is not the usual one I see on the internet. They are super nice, honestly, you're gonna love them. As always, I will give you some tips around nutrition and fitness throughout the video, but I wanted to pick this video because this question came up one of the last videos, and it's around protein powder recommendation, and we're going to use protein powder to make the protein lemon and blueberry oats. And what I want to give you is a list of things that will help you make an informed choice when choosing what protein powder works best for you. Just because a lot of time I receive questions around what protein powder do you recommend, and maybe the protein powder I recommend does not ship to the country you guys are in. So I think this is really useful for you to make a bit more of an informed choice. Attack for this meal prep is to first start with the tofu feta. So the recipe for the tofu feta is the same recipe you will find in my cookbook, Plant Protein. It's here. It's part of a Greek inspired salad with tofu feta, but today we are just using the tofu feta and adding it to another type of salad. So ideally you want to do it the day before, maybe like the night, and let it rest overnight in the fridge, just because it's what gives the flavor, and it really makes a difference. As long as you let it rest for a couple of hours in the fridge so that the tofu soaks the flavor, everything's good. It's really important that the tofu we are using is a tofu that has been drained and pressed. You can buy one that's already pressed, as I did. Otherwise, if you don't have those available, you can just buy normal tofu, drain it from its water, and put it between like a plate and something very heavy on top, and let it rest for maybe like a couple of hours, 3 hours. You will see that it will release more water. That water needs to be discarded, and then you pat it dry, and essentially it's ready to go. Shake really well so it should look like this. Another trick to make sure that every piece of the tofu in the jar soaks the flavors is, once you have it in the fridge, every time you open the fridge, just remember to turn the jar. Make sure it's very close, because oil is very difficult to take off clothes. And I've done the mistake before. Yummy! So let's talk about protein, shall we? Right, so first question I get asked is it okay to eat protein powder? I don't have anything against protein powder. I will never tell you no, don't eat it because it's too processed. I think there is a bit of misuse of the word processed these days on the internet, so it has to be contextualized. I think as long as you don't take all your calories, your protein target and your nutrients from only protein powder, is completely okay to use, like 1 scoop or even 2 scoops sometimes, because it helps you get through the day and hitting your goal. That's totally fine. As always, it's the dosage that make the poison, not the product itself. Now, in terms of like protein powder recommendation, a few key points that I think are important to look at when you are choosing the protein powder that works for you, plant-based one of course. I think first of all is to make sure that it has a high protein content. So if you're looking at the serving, make sure that it has at least 20 grams of protein per scoop or per serving. Secondly, that it gives you a complete amino acid profile. So now in the market you will find protein powders that are made from one plant protein source, for example soy or hemp seeds, or more like a blend of protein source. It doesn't really matter as long as it gives you a complete amino acid profile, and you will find it on the label. It's good, I think, to have the choice because some people are allergic to soy, don't want to eat soy, and for example are looking for other options. There are like some really good options that blend pea protein, rice protein, hemp protein. Just make sure that on the label it says complete protein, it gives you all the essential amino acid, and you're good to go. When you're looking at protein powders, I think it's important to consider that a serving should contain around 2 grams of leucine. What is leucine? Leucine is one of the essential amino acids that your body cannot produce and has to get through food. Why is it important? Because it's one of the key amino acids when it comes to muscle protein synthesis. Is the process that makes our muscle adapt and grow. Very, very short explanation. So some protein powders are really good quality, but they don't reach this level of leucine. There is nothing to worry about. Just make sure that you get a heaped scoop and you will be fine. So in terms of gut health, I think what you should look at is how it's sweetened. So there are some brands that use more natural sweeteners like monk fruit and stevia, but they are hyper sweet and some people can't stomach that. For example, I can't. And some other brands use artificial sweeteners, or like sucralose, for example, which is not bad per se. You only need to find what works for you. In terms of digestibility, I would look at the how many fillers and gums and thickeners the ingredients have. Because that can really disrupt your gut. So another question that I get is, how often can I take protein powder? You can take it daily, that there is no limit to it. Again, I'm repeating myself, but as long as you're not taking all your calories or your nutrients or hitting your target your protein goal only with protein powder, but you're getting most of your nutrients from food, and protein powder is just there to help, it's totally fine. You can have it every day. I have it almost daily.
Cansei de te chamar, tá pra sair de casa. Só continua com essa enrolação. Já cansei de te chamar, tá pra sair de casa. Só continua com essa enrolação. Você pediu, você tinha outra coisa. Eu me senti esperando você não sair. Falou que falta eu botar água pra sair. Eu já cansei de te chamar, tá pra sair de casa. Só continua com essa enrolação. Eu já cansei de te chamar, tá pra sair de casa. Depois vai pra cozinha, banho,
quick info around flaxseed that you might or might not know. I usually recommend to eat flaxseed grinded instead of whole, just because whole flaxseed, they are not so easily digested by your body, which means their nutrients like omega-3s, antioxidant, protein and fiber is not so easily absorbed by your body as in grinded form, just because flaxseed, they have a really tough outer shell. They are still really good, the whole ones, for bowel movements, but I would advise to get the most out of it, just to eat them grinded.
Eu já cansei de te chamar não posso continuar com essa enrolação. Já cansei de te chamar só de carinho, você só continua com essa enrolação.
Okay, we're done now. When you're shaping the bars with the spoon, make sure that you press in the middle with the spoon, so that the center is a bit lower, so to say, than the edges. I really don't know how to explain that in English. I hope it's clear. If not, let me know. But it's because we're gonna fill them with jam or marmalade soon. Or even a nut butter if you wanted, but it just makes sure that it stays there and it doesn't go everywhere when you're eating it. For the pasta, you can use any source of carb you like. So if you prefer orzo, you can go for orzo. You can go for giant couscous, works really well. Normal pasta, legume pasta. I'm using this one, which is a normal durum wheat semolina pasta. It's just made with a portion of lupin flour, which means the protein content is a bit higher. So for 100 grams of product, we have 55 grams of carbs and essentially 22 grams of protein, which is great. Generally, when you're looking for pasta and you're trying to target a higher protein goal, go for durum wheat semolina, just because it's the pasta we have in Italy, and you have brands like Rumo, La Molisana, I think the Cieco as well. Those are made with durum wheat semolina flour, which is a higher protein flour than other blends of flour that are used in cheaper type of pastas. It's more digestible, and it doesn't turn gummy, and also like the nutritional profile is a bit better. So, advice for the oats, you can freeze them, and that's what I do. So I make a batch and then slice it into portion and then put them in the freezer. So I put them in these bags in these IKEA bags, one by one, and when I need them the night before, I just take them out and they are ready to go. So last but not least, the bars. They are completely cooled down now, they are ready. They're just waiting to be filled with jam. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want more content like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you have any question around fitness or nutrition, let me know below. I'm super happy to answer. If you have tried the recipe, also let me know, because it makes me really happy. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Ciao!